What's up, Raptors fans? Welcome to the Wars Report. We have some very big news to talk to you about, and I didn't think I'd be talking about Goran Dragic again, guys. I really didn't, but we got some deals or potential news of a deal that was about to happen. So this was being reported by Rap City on Instagram, but the source was Bobby Marks, who said Porzingis Dragic trade was almost a done deal yesterday. Obviously, we know there are some rumors about the Raptors and them being interested in Kristaps Porzingis. So I had the full details of this trade or potential trade and what the Dallas Mavericks were looking for in return and what this deal would have looked like. So I'm going to break all of that down in today's video. So if you guys are ready to watch this video, make sure to smash the like button. If you want to hit the subscribe button, we're super close to 3,000 subscribers. That'd be very much appreciated. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. Now, as you guys know, I do like to give out shout outs on my channel. So for today's video, the shout out goes out to John Jakelick. So John, thank you so much for supporting this channel through likes and comments. It is very much appreciated. Now let's go and break down what this deal would have looked like for both sides. So this was the detailed explanation, and again, I'll read all of this for you and give you my thoughts in just a second. But the Dallas Mavericks were reportedly working the phone lines late Wednesday night and into Thursday morning as they search for a team to take on Porzingis and his max contract prior to sending the 7'3" big to the Washington Wizards for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. The Mavericks reportedly discussed a deal with Toronto that would have involved Goran Dragic, salary filler, I'm assuming, and a future first round pick. ESPN Bob Marks said on the Low Po podcast, which I'm definitely going to listen to, by the way, after I make this video. So originally, I thought Porzingis was going to go to Toronto. Mark said that was my original thought. Just talking to the people on Wednesday night, that it was going to be a Porzingis, Dragic, and then kind of salary filler and a future one, and it was just going to be a salary dump for Dallas. Raptors general manager Bobby Webster said the team was looking at a number of different options leading up to Thursday's trade deadline, including some major deals that would have taken on long-term money. One idea was moving Dragic's contract to a team looking to get off what they considered to be a bad contract. The problem for Toronto was the length of Porzingis's deal. There were some options to take on additional money. Ultimately, those deals fell through. And then a couple of other examples, the money went out so far, it was sort of risky. So we walked away from those, Webster said following the trade deadline. So we know Bobby Webster met with the media yesterday, talked about some potential deals as well. Now, my first initial thoughts on this is just wow. I mean, you're giving up Goran Dragic and a future first. I mean, if you guys have watched my video yesterday, I wasn't too thrilled with giving up a future first round pick, or I should say this next season, the next draft's future first round pick for Thaddeus Young. And here we are discussing giving up not only Goran Dragic, we're taking on Kristaps Porzingis' contract, and we're giving up a future first and salary. So, I mean, this was just absolutely ridiculous. But let's talk about the fact that Kristaps Porzingis, you're taking on a man who's making $31.6 million, and next season he's making $33.8 million, and the following season is $36 million. So for all of those Raptors fans that thought Pascal Siakam was overpaid, look at this contract. I mean, I don't understand how this made sense for the Raptors and why Raptors would even consider it. I mean, given the fact that you're giving up Goran Dragic and a first is a lot for Kristaps Porzingis, and on top of that, you're giving up other salaries as well. So obviously, you don't see Goran Dragic in the Raptors roster anymore because he's making around 18 million, and he's obviously no longer part of the Raptors. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. My math is terrible. So Kristaps Porzingis, who's making about $31.6 million, and Goran Dragic is making about 18. You have to include about $13 million. So essentially, you're moving Chris Boucher and Cam Birch, one of them, and then you're including some other minor guys as well, like Yuta Watanabe, potentially Svi Mikhailuk, and I believe the Raptors had about $4 million trade exception as well. So they'd have to include that as well. So not only are you giving up a first round pick, you're giving up a good bench piece and either Chris Boucher or our backup center. I mean, I don't know if you call him a backup center, considering him and Precious are both, are centers off of the bench, but you're essentially giving up one of those guys, a first round pick and other assets. I wouldn't call Utah, no disrespect to Utah or Svi Mikhailuk, they're not assets, but you're giving up so many pieces for a man who is so often injured. He's listed as 7'3", but he plays like he's much smaller. We've seen how he plays. And Kristaps Porzingis is actually having a really good season. I don't know about this, guys. You're taking on money for 3 more seasons where he's making 30 plus $1 million. And on top of that, the Raptors have to sign Gary Trent Jr. and Fred VanVleet after the next season as well. And even though they have their bird rights, you're going to be so far into the salary cap, like in the luxury tax, you won't even have other moves to make. So, I mean, the big question would be if you, let's pretend for a moment that you actually considered this deal. Where are you going to play Kristaps Porzingis? Are you going to play him in the starting lineup? You're having him come off the bench because he was already complaining a few seasons ago about Luka getting too many touches and him not being fitted into the offensive schemes, right? So if you play him off the bench, you're paying someone 30 plus $1 million off of the bench. That's absolutely insane to even think of. I'm obviously happy that the Raptors did not get this deal done, but I'm more shocked at the fact that the Raptors would even consider a deal. Again, I'm assuming the obviously, the deal was off as soon as Dallas demanded some of those things they did because that was ridiculous. Now, Kristaps Porzingis, he's obviously having himself a pretty decent season, 19.2 points, 7.7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.7 blocks is really good as well. His three-point shooting is so far down this season. He's shooting 28% from the three. He's normally a really good three-point shooter. His free throw percentages are great though. He 86%. A rebounder, I know everyone wants to make fun of him not being a great rebounder, and look, I get it. He's 7.3 and 7.7 rebounds isn't the greatest, but I don't know how this deal makes sense for the Raptors from any angle. He's a great player. He's often injured, often injured, and it just goes against the Raptors style of quick rotational players that are able to guard multiple positions, right? We have Scotty Barnes and who gets switched on, and the other team's defenses try to get him off of the defender. Then you have OG Anunoby. You try to get him off, and then you have Pascal Siakam. So I don't know how Kristaps would have fit into the scheme, given that he's a little bit slow-footed and he can't guard multiple positions. So I don't know why this deal was even considered, but I do want to get into today's trivia question because this is just absolutely crazy. So, which country is Kristaps Porzingis from? And this may seem easy, but it's a lot harder than you think. Is it A, Latvia? Is it B, Slovenia? Is it C, Slovakia? Or is it D, Ukraine? So, it seems like a simple question. Whoever answers this trivia question correctly first in the comment section gets a shout out in my next video. But I want to ask you guys, I just want to ask your thoughts on this. Would you consider this deal? And if yes, where would you play Kristaps Porzingis? I mean, the money is just absolutely insane he's making. I'm absolutely happy that the Raptors did not do this deal. But I do want to ask you guys, what do you think of this trade details? Do you think this is actually true, or do you think these are just made up rumors? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And that will be it for today's video, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have yourselves a great day.